Okay, so now we can discuss today correlation. So is one of the enhancement is the parameterization. So parameterization is completed, then you need to do for the correlation. So what is the correlation? Nothing but correlation can be used to capture the dynamic values which are generated from the server side. Correlation nothing but correlation nothing but which are the values you are entering through keyword, that will be parameterization. Correlation nothing but which are the values you are generating from the server side as a dynamic value, those values we need to do for the parameterization. Now going to the script, now you can each every request wise you need to find, like web tour application will be there. In this request, if you have any values will be there, no values, and come to down. So now this so this is the login part, and you can see in the login part, username password will be we are entering. So that is why what we done,
Parameterization.
parameterization. So but now we need to do for the correlation. Correlation nothing but what are the values we are entering, like is a parameterization. Correlation nothing but what are the values, which are the values is generating from the server side, those values we need to do for the correlation. So now we can observe here, this is the launch section. Launch section, you are able to see any value, we are not getting any value, but you can come to down, and this is the login part. Login part, you can observe some user section value is equal to is coming. So this value what will happen means every time will be keep on changing, user to user will be changed. Maybe if I log in, then this value will be now this. Maybe you can log in next time, this value will be changed. So what will happen means this value coming from the server side. So this value is a dynamically it is changing. So what you need to do means you need to capture this dynamic value using for the correlation enhancements. Okay, so I will go here and
Kiran, only value, na?
yes, only value.
Okay.
So in correlation point of view, we can get for the server side, we can get some dynamic value, and application side also will get the some dynamic value. I will show the application side also. Okay, see this is the URL, and I'm logging. So I'm giving for the entering means what we can do, we need parameterize, and after that we can observe, click on flights. Now we can observe these values will be, maybe I'm selected for the Denver to London, but maybe Mahesh will go to the Paris to maybe different value. Means what will happen, these values will be changing or not every user to user?
Okay.
Yes.
Changing.
Yes.
Means maybe Mahesh is depends on the availability, depends on the his requirement is going to the Paris to Los Angeles. Maybe Raji also not going same place, right? Maybe Raji will go to the Denver to London. Okay, maybe Pavani will go to the different, means user to user these values will be changing. Means what will happen, maybe you are not done the correlation, what will happen, this script will be failed. So that is why what we need to do means we can get from the correlation values server side along with the application side also. Application side nothing but like this drop down values. So these values we need to do for the parameterization. Now you guys right know for the departure city we need to do for the correlation, and arrival city we need to do. And after that, you can observe seating preferences. We have the 3 different will be there. Maybe I want to only no need window seat. That is why I selected as a none. Maybe you guys like Raji need for the window seat. Means what will happen? This is also keep on changing for the user to user. So seating preference also you need to do for the correlation, and after that type of seat will be there. You are selecting as a coach or business coach or fast coach. So these all values also it is a changing for the application side. Means correlation we can do for the 2 ways, like 2 ways we will get for the values. One is the server side, it will generate it like this, some section value is equal like this it will come, and one more will be like we need to get for that like this values, departure arrival city and seating preferences and time
Drop down.
drop down values. And so
Okay.
means we now you can click on continue, and after that you can observe here find flight also we have the different files will be there. So maybe Mahesh going to the Blue Sky Air 020, but I am also go the same flight. No, right? So my requirement, my timings, my cost availability, maybe I will go with as a $401 will be less amount. Maybe I will go with the 023 flight. So means user to user is a flight also changing. So this flight value also you need to do for the correlation. And after that continue. And after that, this all details we are entering. So what we need to do? We need to do for the parameterization. And after the continue. So our script is completed. Now through application, we find for the, what are the values we find? Departure city, arrival city, and seating preferences. And after that, find flight value. So now you find for the user section value. This is the dynamic value. So you need to capture this value. So, and after that, one value we find. So you can note it in notepad means, okay, no problem. You can note down the, okay, what are values you are find. You can note it as what is that? User section value. User section value is a 1. And after that, come down one by one. And now this is the click on flights transaction. So in this transaction, any values or anything will be there? Nothing will be there. So come to the next request. And now we can observe here, departure city will be, I select as London, but every time will be London is need a user to user change or not? It is changed.
Kiran, 1 second. Before departure, advance discount is, if in case value something is there, you have to choose this one also.
Yes. Yeah, if you have a value will be there in this request.
Zero.
Something token value, some ID is equal, you need to do for the parameterization. So correlation.
Okay. If in case 0, you don't need.
Yeah, 0 no need.
Because the discount is 0.
So now you can observe departure is there, departure city and arrival city. So these two you need to do for the parameterization. Now come to here and you need to take it as a departure city and arrival city. And after that, see, this request is completed, right? Up to here it is completed. And come to the down. And here also you can see this also we can do for the correlation, because seat preference, maybe I want window, then I can book the window, but I don't want window. Maybe I will go with the different seat preference. Seat type also will be there. I want first or business or coach, so I can select anything. So seat preference and seat type also you need to do for the correlation.
CJ field also.
So a very important concept. Our major work will be this only. It's a parameterization is a very simple concept. So now you guys see it is a completed this transaction we find for the this type of only
and
values.
Here one more value is there, na Kiran?
Slide 42.
Something, see here, CJ field value, seat type, round trip, seat preparation.
So that is also same, right? If you seat type will be seat preferences. So you can replace, once you done the parameter correlation, you can replace what name you are giving as a name, you can pass, you can replace here also.
Okay.
But value only change, right? Value will be same. You can observe seat type, seat preferences. So that will be same. And come to the next transaction. See, this is the outbound flight value. Outbound flight value means flight number. You are selecting, we are selecting different flights, like maybe 232 flight and dollars, and this all will be, this is also dynamic value. We can consider as a dynamic value, because flight will be different, right? Every user will be not go same flight. So user to user will be changed. And after that, you can see C type, and once you done right, it automatically replace.
Okay. Means it's automatically replaced, na? No need to.
So we can. I will explain that also. Okay.
Okay.
Now first point. Now this value you can observe 232, 1060. This value, this also same. Means you can do one value, then we can replace for next value.
Okay.
And you can observe sign up. So our entire script we find for the dynamic values, this user section value 1, departure city, arrival city, seat preference, seat type, and outbound flight value. So these values you need to do for the correlation. So now come to the what is correlation, and I will explain that. Okay.
I think Kiran, due to this correlation only we are getting 500 error in
Yes,
that petty.
yes. Because see, what will happen, user to user will be the section value is be changing.
Correct.
So you are not handled. Then what will happen? You are executing for the number of user pointers, means your script will be fail.
Okay.
Got it right? So now we can do for the how to do for the correlation process. Now we find right. So once you find right, what we need to do means correlation, manual correlation process. Manual correlation process. See now, first step, find the dynamic. Please carefully listen. So a very important concept. Your major work will be this only. In scripting point of view means this is the very big point, big thing. Find the dynamic value in script. First point. So in correlation process. And the second point, find the dynamic value left boundary and right boundary. And third point, where to write the function, means we need to write from some function, but in script where we need to write, we know, right? Without that we don't know where to write function. Okay, last point will be substitution. So using these 4 steps we need to do for the correlation as a manual correlation. First thing, what? Find the dynamic value in the script. So now we find the dynamic values. What are the values will be there in our script? We find the dynamic value. And after that, find the dynamic value. We need to find this dynamic value. We need to find the dynamic value left boundary and right boundary. Okay. And after that, where to write the function? We need to write for the one function. So how we need to write the function? We need to check. And after the substitution means, so I will go with the one by one. Now I find value. Which value we find? See, for example, you find in script is the first value. What is that? Section value. So first point, find the dynamic value means already we find that dynamic value is this is the user section value is this is the dynamic value. So after that you need to find the dynamic value left boundary, right boundary. So how do you find the left boundary, right boundary means? So you need to copy the dynamic value in the script. So I already selected, right? You need to copy that. And after that, you can go to the output window. In the output window, we need to select for the code generation and come to the control home, nothing but starting line, and click on cursor here. Okay. See, we need to copy the dynamic value, and after that, go to the output window, select for the code generation. And after that, yes, search box will be there. Right? Already we copied dynamic value. You can paste it. And after that, you can click on find next button. So now you are able to see the user section value is equal. Then you need to copy this value up to user section value. You can copy this. Now you can go to here, and now we need to find the dynamic value left boundary, right boundary. So now you guys know, right? What is the dynamic value? This is the dynamic value. So this is the right dynamic value. After value is equal to will be dynamic value. So this dynamic value left text, we can call it as a left boundary. Right text, we need to call it as a right boundary. Now, you know, right? So we need to find is a left boundary is equal to LB. We can call it as a LB equal to. So this is the dynamic value. this left text, what is that? After double colon onwards, this entire will be what? Left boundary. So you can copy it as a left boundary and enter, and RB nothing but right boundary. So
Right one.
this is the left boundary, and after this it will be right boundary. So you can copy and paste as the right boundary. So this is the second point. So everyone clear, right? So now how to find the dynamic value left boundary, right boundary means you need to copy the dynamic value in the script, and after that go to the output window, select for the code generation, and come to the control home, nothing but starting line, and put cursor starting line, and you need to what value you copy dynamic value, you need to paste here in search box. This is the search box. You need to copy and click on find next. Then you are able to see the user section value. Then you need to copy this value in notepad, and after that the dynamic value, this is the dynamic value left text will be left boundary, right text will be right boundary. Now it's clear for this second step.
Yes.
So now next point will be where to write the function. So we need to write the function LBRB. So we have the one function will be there, that will be web underscore rec underscore save underscore param. So this is the function name, and after that parameter name, which value you are doing, you need to give for the parameter name. Everything we need to give for the double colon, comma, C LB, comma, RB, comma, last is one of the argument, and semicolon. This is the syntax. If anyone asks for the correlation, what is the correlation function means web break save param. So in this, what are the arguments will be there, right? Parameter name. So we need to give it as a parameter name, and after that LB and equal to LB equal to and RB equal to. So now you need to, already we know for the LB, this is the LB, right? You can copy this, you can paste it here. LB equal to, after equal to, you need to paste it, and after that RB also you know, right? You can RB equal to place. Now we know the function, where to write the function means already we know the function. Sorry,
You enter, I think wrong. You have to enter in front of
Only
equal.
RB only you entered, Anya.
You have to enter in front of equal to, RB equal to. You enter in the.
sorry. Yeah,
But
RB
the
is
right
equal, this is the
boundary
only
value,
RB, right?
that one only we need to enter only.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
already
Okay.
I given,
Okay.
right? RB is equal to already given. Then
Okay.
again, why again I select this?
Right. Correct.
Already
Okay.
I given, right? LB is equal to RB is equal to already given.
Right. Got a little bit confused. Okay. Got it.
Okay. So now we need to, we know the function. For this function, we need to where to write the function. We don't know. So what you need to miss, you need to go to the script. So now we need to write that function somewhere. So where you see, for example, dynamic value will be there in this request in login. In the above request, you need to leave the one request. Above request, what is that? For example, this is the snapshot will be T2. Okay. So now you need to write for the T1 above. You need to leave one request. You need to write for the above here. Means you need to write for the function in this place. After means you need to write for the here. Before only write web tour. This is the before I'm writing. So now,
one second. Repeat this one.
Yeah.
Where we can read.
Yeah. So actually, dynamic value is there in snapshot 2.
Wait second. Wait.
Okay.
Actually, our dynamic value is user session, correct?
Yes, user section.
Upside
So user
our
section will be snapshot 2 request will be there,
Okay.
like where login
Yeah.
part will be there. So you can write here means here will be a particular response will be not there. So what you need to do is you need to go to the above request. You need to write. This is the above request. You need to write for the here.
Okay.
So now go to here. Now where to write the function? Like so, you can go to here. And we need to write the here after this. So already we know function, right? You can copy this.
Okay.
And paste it.